Zaza, it go straight to the mata. Then I'm up in the chopper, hitting the cha-cha. Open his lata, then he dancing my chata. Open the Zaza, it go straight to the mata. Then I'm up in the chopper, hitting the cha-cha. Then I'm open his lata, then he dancing my chata. Whooped it, check my side, it's a movie. Blue cheese, I swear I'm addicted to blue cheese. I gotta stick to this paper like blue sleep. Bitch, I'm about my chicken like it's a two-piece. You can have your back, she a groupie. She just throw all my kids in a two-seat. Swagged out, smoking the Zaza, it go straight to the mata. Then I'm up in the chopper, hitting the cha-cha. Open his lata, then he dancing my chata. Open the Zaza, it go straight to the mata. Then I'm up in the chopper, hitting the cha-cha. Then I'm open his lata, then he dancing my chata. Whooped it, check my side, it's a movie. Blue cheese, I swear I'm addicted to blue cheese. I gotta stick to this paper like blue sleep. Bitch, I'm about my chicken.
How are you doing today? Byrd here, 1992 Olympic silver medalist, two-time world boxing heavyweight champion. I'm here with another true story. This time I'm going back to June 3rd of 1999. I get a call 6 weeks ahead of that, before June 3rd, to fight at the Soaring Eagle in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. The Soaring Eagle Casino. I used to fight there. I love it there. So I get a call. I don't know who I'm fighting. They say, we want you to be the main event there. I said, cool, let's fight. Let's get it. So we start training. And through training camp, like I said, 6 weeks, through the training camp every week, I'm not knowing who I'm fighting. Get a call. Nope, we can't find your opponent. Can't find your opponent. Can't find your opponent. Or he dropped out. He agreed for a second and he dropped out. All the way up until the week of the fight. I don't know who I'm fighting. I'm training the whole time, not knowing who I'm fighting. Is he a short heavyweight? Is he big? Because the heavyweight division is crazy. I was small. I weighed like 210, 211. It can range from there to 300 pounds. I don't know. I don't know who I'm fighting. I mean, these guys are so big. So I have 6 weeks to train. Got to fight an opponent. But the common thread in my career, no, backing out. My promoter called, everybody's backing out. Ever since I was on TV the first time, they didn't show the clip of me fighting Waxum Fights, USA Tuesday Night Fights. Everybody started pulling out. They'll pull out. I'm thinking, I'm a small heavyweight. I'm not a big puncher. But everybody pulls out. They don't want to fight me. They don't want to get in front of me. I'm not even a puncher. Like I said, I'm not a puncher at all. You would think you would be scared of me because of that. My skill set is on point. Like a little guy. But I'm fighting that heavyweight. And I can do it. And I can shut any one of these guys down. I want to explain why the 6 week notice is so important before a fight. And this is not a title fight, so we usually get about 6 or 7 week notice. If it was a title fight, you get 2 or 3 month, 6 month notice, maybe longer. But it's so important because in my fights, I didn't know who I was fighting. Literally, it'd be a week before or the night before. It would be just like that with almost every one of my fights coming up the ranks before I got to the major title fights. I don't know who I'm fighting. This is my 28th fight. 28 fights in a row. You don't get a notice. I wouldn't say all 28 fights. I'd say probably 24 fights. That's still a lot. The last 24. No notice, no anything. Last minute. As soon as they see you fight, they're like, oh, I don't want to fight him. Why? So I'm getting ready for Jose Ribalta, but not even knowing all the way up until the fight, up until a week before the fight. Not until I got to the Soaring Eagle Casino. Oh, I'm fighting Jose Ribalta. How are you supposed to train with that? I'm in camp. In my training camp, I'm sparring with my brother Joe, who's 5'10.5". Jose Ribalta's 6'5" in height. He's 6'5". My brother 5'10.5". That's all I had to spar with. I didn't know who to spar with because I didn't know who I was fighting. You talking about hating something or getting ready for something? I hated not knowing who I was fighting, and I hated at the same time getting ready for the fight because every day, who am I fighting? Who am I fighting? And then it keeps going on every fight. See, a lot of you fans and a lot of you boxing people, or a lot of people that don't know boxing at all, you don't know stuff like this. Like, that was my career. Even when I was heavyweight champion, that was my career. The same thing always happens. The notice is so important so you can get ready mentally, physically. You know who you fighting. For me, getting the notice before the fight, having that time, I love studying boxing. I study my opponent from the toenail to the top of his head. Everything he do. I know when he get tired, his best punch. If he a holder, if he dance, whatever. I figure it all out through that. With all that, I'm not a puncher. I need that 6 week. I need that notice. I need to watch film. I'm not getting knocked out. I got to figure you out when I get in the ring. I don't have enough time to basically study you. And at that time, we didn't have YouTube. So you got to send out for tapes to come back, which would take a week, 2 weeks. We don't know. I had nothing. Would you do that? How can you fight like that? With an NFL team, say Detroit Lions, will they play the Baltimore Ravens without studying them? I don't really know. We just gonna play. I don't know their best punch. I don't know their best running play, best catch. I didn't know none of that. That was a tough situation, and it went on for many. I could rely on power, like the regular heavyweights. I had to rely on skill and will. Skill and will, because really, I'm a middleweight fighting at heavyweight. Middleweight everywhere. All in the mind and, of course, the body. I'm thinking, I'm truly a middleweight. Why am I fighting these big guys? But since I'm fighting them, I got to use everything, every ounce in my brain, every ounce of blood, sweat, tears in my body to outwit, to outthink, to outsmart every heavyweight I fought. They're huge. The punching is, goodness, it hurts. It's big. And I just wanted to win. My skill set was on point, like a little guy, meaning I'm a little guy in the heavyweight division. I came from middleweight. My way of thinking is middleweight. So when I box, that's why I throw a lot of combinations. I feel like I can't get tired. I feel like I can't get hit by these big, slow guys. That's why, like a little guy, I thought in my mind, every single fight, it's a major challenge. Major challenge. I'm fighting all these big guys. It's crazy. But I was excited. I was like, let's get it. It's time to show everything, all the skills, everything I've learned through all these years now, because I lost to Ike Ibeabuchi 2 fights prior to that. Devastated. It's time to prove and show that I'm still the best heavyweight in the world. And it's proven in why people didn't want to fight me. Still didn't want to fight me. I lost 2 fights prior to that by knockout, TKO, and I still can't get fights. My skill set must have been pretty good. So it's fight week, excited. I'm like, it's time to get it. It's time to prove that I am still really good, still a top 10, not a top 10, a top 5, forget it, a top 3 heavyweight. A top 3 heavyweight. I just got beat by Ike. Okay, he's over me now, and I'm the second or third. That's how I thought. So I got to prove myself. And it's fight week. We weigh in. I think he weighed like 239, 240, something like that. Weighed like a soft 211, 212, whatever. But the way he looked at me at the weigh-in, like, man, I'm going to kill this little pudgy guy. I'm going to blow him out. That's how all the heavyweights looked at me. They would look at me like, he's soft. He don't have muscle. He's small. And he fought at middleweight and amateur. I'm going to blow him out. I don't think so. It's the weigh-in. We don't have a press conference for this kind of fight. It wasn't like a major fight. It's fight week because I said it was fight week. So it's fight week. It's Friday. It's the day before the fight. We weigh in. He comes to the weigh-in. He got gray all in his hair because he's like 37 years old at the time. He got gray all in his hair. They tell him, you got to wash that gray out for tomorrow's fight. I'm thinking, man, right now I'm thinking I got a big gray beard. Do I got to cut it? But he watched it out. He weighed about 239, 240. I weighed in like a soft 212, 213. But the way he was looking at me like, tomorrow, I'm going to knock you out. Look at you. You a little guy. You fought at middleweight and you soft. You don't got no muscle or anything. And the way I was thinking was, you fought Mike Tyson a few years ago. You had a good fight with him. It was probably about 5 years ago prior to that. Oh, well, now you about to fight I used to call myself the Trickster. Now you about to fight the Professor. I'm about to teach the veteran. Think about that. I'm about to teach the veteran. That's what I'm thinking. So the next day is fight time. And the way he was looking at me across the ring, I always get in the ring and go and look across. These guys are huge. I'm always thinking, hey, he's big. And he was. But the way he was looking at me like I told you at the weigh-in, I'm going to blow you out. And when I hit you, it's going to be over. And like I was thinking, you're not going to hit me. So I'm ready to fight. Let's get it. We go to the middle of the ring. Okay, referee touch. We got to touch gloves. I look up. I'm thinking, he did dye his hair. He look about 10, 15 years younger. Oh, do I have to worry now? So I go back to my corner. Ding, the bell ring. The Trickster is doing his thing. The Phenom. I mean, I'm putting in work. He's a veteran. Remember that. And now I'm the Professor. I'm teaching the veteran. I'm schooling him so bad with my legs, with my movement. I had to prove something. I had to prove that I'm still among the elite of the heavyweights. I had to. So in that fight, I'm turning him, making him miss. He's 6'5", coming, shooting down at me. The look on his face. If I land cleanly, I'm knocking this little guy out. But that wasn't going to happen. The Professor was on point that night. I was teaching. I'm putting on a seminar. Let's get it. I'm making him miss. Slip, turn, dip, boom. First round was the same way. After the first round, easily 10-9. Easily. Second round come out doing the same thing. I'm going to show you something. You see the clips, right? You see how nice it was? Making him miss. Turning, slipping, taking his jab away. He probably hit me with, maybe 2 jabs? Maybe 1? Do you know a little side fact? When I fought Evander Holyfield, he only landed 3 jabs. But anyway, back to the fight. So I'm doing my thing. Second round, ding, it's over. Third round, I'm so confident by the third round, it's the Professor time. I call myself the Trickster also. I'm doing all these tricks in the ring. The Professor is teaching. They're like, oh man, he's doing good. I'm clowning him in the third round. I was so excited in the fight. I'm like, let's go. Let's go, big fella. Hands down in front of him. In the third round, I touched, turned, and then I turned him. And then walked to my corner. I'm like, I'm so confident. It's on. It's on. I'm back. I go back to my corner. I see his corner. I see the coach in front of him. I see another coach standing up. I'm like, man, they both throwing the towel. They threw in the towel. I was third round. He didn't come out for the fourth round. I got a third round stoppage, I guess, or a fourth round stoppage. I don't know. But in that fight, I had something to prove. It might have been at home. It might not been on TV in certain areas. But I put on a show that night. I had to get it back. Losing to Ike Ibeabuchi was criticized so much in my career. I mean, so much. Just because of the way I box. I'm fighting in the heavyweight division. You're either born with power or you just have it. I don't have power. I come from middleweight. And I get criticized about all the things I do in the ring. It's defensive tactic and skill. I get criticized for skill. I had one person comment on my YouTube on one of my fights saying, why you embarrass the guy? He can't hit you. That's not boxing. The boxing is called the art of self-defense. So I take that to heart. I got really good defense, so I'm defensive. That's just part of my style. But especially at heavyweight. I mean, I came from middleweight, fought at heavyweight, very undersized, and then get criticized for not having the power or being a runner. At one time they said I was a runner. I don't run. I never ran from anybody. Matter of fact, I give you a chance to hit me on the ropes. I lay on the ropes a whole lot. So, you know, I couldn't win for losing. So now in this comeback, are you going to say the same thing? He's not a puncher. He does this. He's a runner. No, I'm not. You will see a totally different fighter, a more confident fighter. I was confident at heavyweight, but I couldn't stay right there in front of you. That's crazy. I was just trying to get by. And by getting by, I won 2 heavyweight titles. Most feared heavyweight probably ever. Not because of power, just because of a skill set. A skill set. And I still have that skill set. And it's probably better now. And I'm going to prove it at 50. And in my 50s, that's just one. I have lofty goals. I want to win 3 world titles. Middleweight, super middleweight, and light heavyweight. I felt how it felt. I know how it feel. Not felt how it felt. Know how it feel to be a heavyweight. I know how it feel. Big guys, they throw, they hit hard, they fast. Now, I'm learning how to be a little guy and be dominant in the little guy era too. It's coming. You're not gonna stop me. All you guys out there, y'all better watch this. Y'all better watch out for me. Be scared of this 50-year-old man because I got knowledge. I got a little bit of power now, but I got a skill set out of this world still. So the Canelos, Triple G's, Demetrius Andre, the boogeyman of the division, all you guys, Charlo, I forget about you, my boy Derek James, it's coming. You guys are the top guys, and all the rest of the top guys. I don't fear anybody. And you gonna think I'm 50 and he's old. Think again. Chris Byrd signing out. Who's the best in the world? I am. Who's the best in the world? I am. Who's the best in the world? I am. So be the best in the world. Be the best you ever. Be the best you. You're the best in the world. There's only one you.